Flagship smartphone buyers in the market today are bound to look at just two options: the iPhone 13 Pro Max and the new Galaxy S22 Ultra. It's a classic iOS versus Android, Apple versus Samsung, and ecosystem versus ecosystem battle, so let's just get started. I'm Rohan from TechieTechTech and let's compare these two excellent flagships. Here we go. In a nutshell, both these phones are glass and metal slab sandwiches, bringing nothing new to the table design-wise. The iPhone 13 Pro Max sports the same design as the iPhone 12 Pro Max before it, with the glossy stainless steel flat edges sandwiched by a 100% flat front and back glass. It feels dense and heavy in the hand, inspiring confidence about its ruggedness and durability. On the flip side, the Galaxy S22 Ultra has a more curvy design language. It has a curved glass display at the front and a curved glass back sandwiching a glossy aluminum frame. Now, I have to admit that while the curved glass looks premium, it comes with its host of drawbacks. It makes the phone slippery to hold and it will shatter more easily if dropped. There's also the constant struggle of finding and applying a proper screen guard. This might be a person-to-person preference, but I would take a flat display panel any day over a curved one. Overall though, both these phones feel hefty, premium and well designed in hand. While the Galaxy S22 Ultra does look more unique with its individual camera holes at the back, I think that the iPhone 13 Pro Max would be more rugged because of its stainless steel frame and the flat glass panels. When we talk about the actual displays though, things tend to get very heated. Both phones have beautiful displays with 120Hz refresh rates and same OLED technology. Where the iPhone loses is with its notch. It's smaller than last year's iPhone 12 but still very large and cumbersome when compared to the clean hole punch on the S22 Ultra. The iPhone's display is also slightly lower resolution, although to be honest, I did not notice any difference in my usage. Where the S22 loses is with the curved edges. It brings in daily use problems like accidental touches and unwanted glare, which can be irritating. But overall, both these phones provide an amazing display experience and I don't think any user would complain about the displays on either of these two phones. Where a user might complain though is the performance. See, I've been using a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 S22 Ultra and the performance, while adequate, leaves a lot to be desired. It runs everything really well, from lightweight social media apps to heavyweight intense games, but has this tendency to drop a few frames here and there or just completely freeze for a few seconds. I've also noticed overheating after something like 15 minutes of scrolling Instagram. It is not a deal breaker at all, but leaves a bad taste, especially because the competing iPhone 13 Pro Max faces no such issues whatsoever. I'm very hopeful that Samsung will iron out these bugs in future software updates and the performance will be level. If you are a hardcore smartphone gamer, I would have to recommend you to go get the iPhone. Games are just better optimized so that they run smoother with better graphics and lower battery use. The Galaxy S22 Ultra is a fine phone for gaming, but for someone who must have the best of the best gaming experience possible, the iPhone is the easy winner. Let's talk a bit about the software now. I won't go in depth because there are thousands of differences between Android and iOS. I'll just cover the major differences instead. See, iOS is clearly the more reliable of the two. I shared before how I faced some random dropped frames and system freeze situations on OneUI. I've never faced anything like that on my iPhone or even my S21 Ultra that I used last year. But at the same time, if you like tinkering or customizability, Android clearly wins. It has way more options and levels that you can take control of and tweak as per your requirements. Customizability on iOS has taken a step forward in the past few software updates, but it's still nowhere near what you can do with Android. When it comes to software updates, Apple promises and delivers 5 years of major software updates to all their iPhone models. Samsung recently promised 4 years of software updates and 5 years of security updates for the S22 lineup, which is the best that you can get on Android. All in all, I think both these phones will fare very well when it comes to long-term software support. Let's move on to the cameras now. In terms of specs, both smartphones offer some of the best mobile camera hardware on the planet. The Galaxy S22 Ultra sports a quad camera setup that includes a 108MP f1.8 primary camera with improved OIS, a 12MP f2.2 ultra-wide and two 10MP telephoto cameras with a 3x and 10x optical zoom. The quad ring setup is complemented with an LED module and a laser autofocus module for faster focusing. On the front, the Samsung flagship has a 40MP f2.2 punch-hole selfie camera. On the other hand, the iPhone 13 Pro Max sports a triple camera setup that includes a 12MP f1.6 primary camera with sensor shift stabilization, a 12MP f1.8 ultra-wide and a 12MP f2.8 telephoto camera with 3x optical zoom. On the front, we've got a 12MP f2.2 selfie camera. Please note that the S22 Ultra's cameras are wider than the iPhone 13 Pro Max, so the pictures shot on the latter will appear to be slightly zoomed in because of the difference in focal lengths. Enough about the specs, let's see how these flagships perform in real life. As always, we'll talk about the photos first and then move on to the videos. The overall performance of the primary cameras of both smartphones is excellent. The images are vibrant, have a high dynamic range and look good in all lighting environments. The Galaxy S22 Ultra shoots poppy and contrasty pictures with more details in shadows and noise processing. On the other hand, the iPhone 13 Pro Max shoots bright pictures with different color temperatures and better highlight retention. These image differences are seen across different lenses and camera modes. If you're a fan of such a contrasty or vibrant look, the iPhone 13 Pro Max does offer its new photographic styles feature to get that custom look for your pictures. Now, pictures shot with the ultra-wide camera on both devices have an amazing dynamic range. Although in our testing, the S22 Ultra produced brighter pictures with more details and less noise. The 3x telephoto camera performance is pretty good on both devices. There's a noticeable amount of color differences present in different lenses on both smartphones. The Galaxy S22 Ultra clearly has the upper hand in this department because of the 10x optically zoomed in camera. When it comes to portraits, the Galaxy S22 Ultra uses stereo depth mapping technology which drastically improves the subject separation. On the other hand, the iPhone 13 Pro Max uses a LiDAR scanner to shoot portraits. The difference in subject separation is clearly noticeable. The S22 Ultra shoots sharper portraits with precise subject separation. On the other hand, the iPhone 13 Pro Max shoots brighter portraits and vibrant colors with fairly good subject separation. Now, both smartphones shoot selfies with good skin tone. The S22 Ultra shoots sharper and more contrasty selfies in different environments. On the other hand, the iPhone shoots brighter selfies with neutral tones and well-managed highlights. The low light performance is where things tend to get interesting. The iPhone 13 Pro Max delivers good pictures with lots of details and cooler colors. Now, all thanks to the new sensor and the new processor, the Galaxy S22 Ultra takes that a step ahead and captures noticeably brighter and sharper pictures even in challenging shooting conditions. Both phones also have macro mode. The S22 Ultra shoots crispier and sharp macro photos. On the flip side, the iPhone is able to get closer to the subject, capturing far more realistic macro photos. Moving on to the videos, both smartphones can shoot videos in 4K at 60fps from both the front as well as the rear cameras. Thanks to the 108MP sensor, the S22 Ultra can shoot videos in 8K at 24fps from its primary camera. In terms of video quality, the videos shot on the S22 Ultra are sharp, have plenty of details, and have excellent color reproduction across different lenses. Samsung has come a long way in capturing excellent smartphone videos, but the iPhone is still the king of smartphone videography. The videos shot on iPhone have better stabilization, look brighter, and have a high dynamic range. In short, they look pleasing to the eye. Both devices offer a feature-rich camera app that includes portrait video mode and HDR10 Plus support on the S22 Ultra, and cinematic mode and Dolby Vision HDR support on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Moreover, the iPhone offers macro video and native ProRes capture support that also makes it a reliable tool for video professionals. To conclude, the Galaxy S22 Ultra and the iPhone 13 Pro Max offer some of the best smartphone camera experience in the market right now. For a casual, everyday user, both smartphones have more than enough firepower to be your daily camera phone. On the other hand, if you are an enthusiast or a professional, then the equation changes. If you love capturing pictures and want to make the most out of your photos, then the Galaxy S22 Ultra with its 108MP sensor will be the right choice for you. If you're more of a video person, then the iPhone 13 Pro Max with its industry-leading stabilization, HDR and ProRes support will be more your speed. Moving on, there's a clear winner when we talk about the battery life, the iPhone 13 Pro Max. This phone probably has the best battery life I've ever used on any modern smartphone. In my usage, I've never managed to kill it within a day with my medium to heavy usage. It's an easy 2 days on a single charge phone for me. The S22 Ultra, on the other hand, comfortably lasts a day, and you can stretch it to a day and a half if you're careful, but that's about it. It is decent in a vacuum, but definitely a league below the iPhone. But Samsung has a trick up their sleeve which the iPhone simply cannot compete with, the S Pen. Just like the Galaxy Note, the S22 Ultra has an S Pen tucked inside its body. You can always pull it out of the phone to scribble, jot down notes, or even act as a Bluetooth remote. For users who love having a stylus, this makes the S22 Ultra a clear winner because there's simply nothing like this on the iPhone or pretty much any other phone on the planet. Moving on, speakers are better on the iPhone 13 Pro Max with definitely better clarity. Haptic feedback is the same story with noticeably better performance on the iPhone. The call quality and signal holding capacity is equally good on both phones. The S22 Ultra has an in-display fingerprint sensor and face unlock, while the iPhone only has face unlock, although with way better precision and security. And now to conclude, if you have a preference between Android or iOS, the decision is quite simple for you. If you don't, there's a lot to think about. The iPhone has better gaming, better battery life, more reliable software, a flat display, and better videography. The S22 has a curved display, more customizability options, an excellent stylus, better photography, and perhaps a more unique design. It is very hard to pick an objective winner, but if I were being subjective and buying one for myself, it would have to be the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I hope this video helped you out, and if it did, help us back by liking this video, sharing it, and subscribing to our channel. Comment your views on which phone is better down below. This has been Rohan from TechieTechTech, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.